Rural King operates about 130 stores across more than a dozen states, and most of its signature in-store perks, the livestock expert advisory time, the equipment demos, the seasonal festivals, the kids club events, and even the basic repair services, are genuinely free and do not require a purchase or a loyalty sign-up. You probably assume the two major rural retail chains are basically the same store with a different logo. They are not. Rural King and Tractor Supply operate on fundamentally different free service models, and the difference quietly changes what a prepper's annual rural budget actually looks like. Stick through to number one, because the perk most preppers never use is the one that saves the most money by simply not paying for something they already assumed they had to. The pattern is not that Rural King is better. The pattern is that preppers default to the same chain out of habit and never check whether the second rural option in their area is quietly offering the same expertise, the same events, the same repair services, and the same loyalty tier, all genuinely free and with zero membership fees required. Number 7. Free livestock and feed specialist consultations. Most Rural King stores keep at least one livestock specialist, one poultry specialist, and one equine or small animal specialist on the floor during peak seasons. Walk up to a staff member, describe a problem, a goat that is losing weight, a flock of chickens that needs a different feed, a horse that needs mineral supplementation, a dairy cow that needs a seasonal diet change, and the specialist will spend 15 to 30 minutes helping you think through the solution. The consultation is free, no minimum purchase, no loyalty sign-up required. You just ask. The hidden weak link is that preppers assume this service is standard at both chains. Tractor Supply typically gates similar advisory time behind the Neighbors Club membership, which is free to join but still requires you to enroll first and remember the benefit exists. Rural King often just lets you ask. The difference is subtle and easy to miss, but it adds up if you need expert help more than once a season. The shelf signal is the name badge language. If you see a staff member with a badge that says livestock specialist, feed specialist, or poultry expert, that person's job includes answering questions. Most preppers never think to ask. The staff member is trained to help. The consultation costs nothing. The deeper twist is that the right advice prevents expensive mistakes. A household that walks in confused about feed stage, mineral balance, or animal health can walk out with a written recommendation from someone who has actually worked with livestock. That person might suggest a cheaper feed alternative. That person might point out a problem you did not know existed. That person might save you $100 on a wrong purchase by spending 15 minutes thinking out loud with you about what the animal actually needs. The practical move is to write down your question before you go. Bring it on a phone or on paper. Ask the specialist the question directly. Listen carefully. Take notes if you need to. Do not just accept the first product recommendation. Ask why that specific product, what the alternative is, and what the risk would be if you chose differently. The free consultation is only valuable if you actually use it. Number 6. Free in-store equipment demonstrations. Many Rural King stores host free equipment demonstrations on Saturdays during peak seasons. Generators, tillers, log splitters, pressure washers, chainsaws, brush mowers. A specialist or a vendor will show up with the equipment, fire it up, walk shoppers through the operation, and answer questions. The demo is free. You do not have to buy anything. You can watch the demo, learn the basics, and come back and purchase later if you decide you need the equipment. The hidden weak link is the assumption that you will figure out the equipment at home. Most people buy a piece of equipment, struggle to start it, wonder if they bought the wrong size, or discover they do not actually understand the maintenance. The demo prevents all of that. You see the equipment work before you own it. You understand the operation. You feel confident about the purchase instead of second-guessing it for months. The shelf signal is the weekend schedule poster near the front of the store. If the store is advertising a demo on Saturday, that means the vendor is bringing the equipment, the staff is ready to help, and shoppers are welcome to show up and watch. Most people walk past the sign without reading it. The practical move is to plan purchases around the demo schedule. If you need a generator, wait for the generator demo and watch someone start it, set it up, and explain the features. If you need a tiller, show up for the tiller demo and understand the controls before you buy. The demo takes 30 minutes. The confidence you gain is worth months of guessing later. The deeper twist is that a demo can change what you buy. A household that watches the log splitter demo might decide the manual splitter is good enough and skip the expensive powered version. A prepper who sees the generator demo might realize the wattage they thought they needed is actually overkill. A farmer who watches the tiller demo might understand that the smaller model works fine for the garden instead of buying the heavy-duty version. The demo is not just information, it is often permission to buy the smaller, cheaper, simpler option instead of the dramatic equipment everyone else is pushing. Number 5. Free Kids Club events and animal encounter days. Rural King stores commonly host free kids club events during the spring and fall. Animal encounter days, where local livestock experts or animal rescuers bring animals to the store, and kids can interact with baby goats, chickens, rabbits, or alpacas. Coloring contests, mini workshops, seasonal celebrations, sometimes even giveaways. The events are free. You do not have to buy anything. You just show up. The hidden weak link is the forgotten value of early rural education. A child who spends an afternoon with a goat at the store, talks to a livestock expert, learns how animals are cared for, and gets excited about rural skills. That child is building knowledge that will shape decisions for decades. Preppers who skip the Free Kids Club event and pay for equivalent education elsewhere are paying for something that was already available. The shelf signal is the event calendar near the customer service desk. Most rural stores post the upcoming month's events somewhere visible. If you do not see it, ask a staff member. The event calendar is not hidden. It is just often overlooked because people are focused on shopping. The practical move is to make the event a quarterly tradition. Pick one event per season: a spring animal encounter, a summer workshop, a fall activity, a winter celebration, and bring the kids. The event is usually an hour or two. The kids remember it. The kids learn something. The store sees customer loyalty because you chose them for the experience, not just for the product. The deeper twist is that a child who learns about animals and rural skills from a free store event might end up raising animals later as an adult. That person will become a lifelong customer of the rural supply chain that first sparked the interest. The Free Kids Club event is not charity. It is the long-term recruitment strategy that builds the next generation of rural preppers and farmers. Number 4. Free seasonal festivals and community days. Rural King is particularly well known for hosting the Fall Fair, a massive free seasonal festival that happens once a year at many store locations. Vendor booths, equipment demonstrations, giveaways, kids' activities, food stands, local organization booths, sometimes live music or local school bands. Thousands of shoppers show up. The entrance is free. The parking is free. The activities are free. You only pay if you choose to buy food or merchandise at the vendors. The hidden weak link is the assumption that both rural chains operate the same way. Tractor Supply does not run a fall fair with that scale and frequency. Preppers who shop at only Tractor Supply miss the calendar event where they could spend an afternoon learning about local resources, meeting local agricultural professionals, seeing equipment demos, and building community connections without paying an entrance fee. The shelf signal is the store window. If the store is plastering the window with fall fair posters, the event is usually within the next month or two. Mark the calendar. Plan to go. The practical move is to treat the festival as both shopping and skill building. Walk around. Talk to the vendors. Attend the demos. Let the kids participate in activities. Buy lunch. Check out the local organizations. Spend 3 hours. Get a real sense of the rural community your supply chain is connected to. The festival is often where you meet the local extension agent, the animal rescue organizer, the farm equipment dealer, the veterinary clinic representative, and other rural professionals you might need to know. The deeper twist is that a seasonal festival creates a community anchor. A prepper who goes to the fall fair once a year gets reinforcement that this store is not just a transaction center. It is a place where rural knowledge, local connections, and community happens. That emotional connection is why people return to a store for decades. Number 3. Free local fundraiser and non-profit partnership hosting. Many Rural King stores host free fundraisers and community events for local organizations, FFA chapters, 4-H clubs, school groups, animal rescues, volunteer fire departments, agricultural non-profits. The organization runs the fundraiser in the store's space at no cost. The store provides the space, the parking, the utilities, and sometimes basic sponsorship. The fundraiser is free to organize. The hidden weak link is that a prepper who shops at only one chain never sees which store is quietly funding the next generation of agricultural education and animal husbandry knowledge. The chain that hosts free fundraiser space for the FFA chapter is the chain that is building the local rural community. The prepper who knows this and who chooses to shop there is voting with their wallet for a business model that supports rural growth. The shelf signal is the bulletin board. If the store has a bulletin board with event flyers, local organization announcements, and fundraiser dates, the store is actively engaged in community partnership. Ask a staff member which local groups are hosting events at the store in the next month or two. The practical move is to show up for one fundraiser per year. If the local FFA chapter is hosting a plant sale, attend. If the 4-H club is running a bake sale, buy something. If the animal rescue is doing an adoption event, stop by. You spend money on the fundraiser. The event itself is not free, but the space and the partnership are free to the organization. Your purchase supports both the local kids and the store that provides the space. The deeper twist is that fundraiser hosting is business model information. The store that hosts free fundraisers for community groups is making a long-term bet that the next generation of rural people will become loyal customers. The store that does not host fundraisers is making a bet that they do not need that loyalty. A prepper can support the business model they believe in by choosing which store to shop at. Number 2. Free basic in-store services: key cutting, knife sharpening, and screen repair. Many rural King locations advertise basic in-store services that are free or very low cost. Key cutting, knife sharpening, small screen window repair, sometimes even basic equipment maintenance help. You bring the item in. A staff member fixes it or copies it. You walk out. No minimum purchase. No waiting period. No charge. The hidden weak link is the forgotten convenience of having these services available. A prepper who knows the chain offers free key copying brings the spare house key to the store instead of paying the locksmith. A prepper who knows the chain sharpens knives brings the field knife instead of buying a replacement blade. A prepper who knows the chain repairs screens fixes the barn window instead of living with the hole. The services are cheap and free, but only if you know they exist. The shelf signal is the service board near the customer service desk. If the store lists the available services, key cutting, knife sharpening, screen repair, that means the service is available today. Ask the staff about availability and estimated wait time. The practical move is to bring one item per visit that needs a basic service. Over a year, the free services add up to real money saved. A spare key that costs $3 at a locksmith is free. Knife sharpening that costs $10 elsewhere is free. Screen repair is free. The services are not dramatic, but they are present, and they are one more reason to visit the store that offers them. The deeper twist is that free services are a signal that the store wants long-term relationships with customers. The store makes money from volume. The store is not trying to nickel and dime customers on small services. That business philosophy shows in other ways too. Better return policies, more generous loyalty tiers, more willingness to help with questions. A prepper who notices that the store offers free services often finds that the store also treats customers better in other ways. Number 1. Free Rural King Community Rewards Membership. No annual fee. Rural King offers a community rewards membership program that is free to join, free to maintain, and has no annual fees required. You sign up with an email address or a phone number. You get a digital membership. You start receiving sale alerts, digital coupons, and notification of new products and events. The membership is free. The coupons are free. The information is free. The hidden weak link is the comparison to the other major rural chain's loyalty program. Tractor Supply offers the Neighbors Club, which is free to join but requires you to be aware of it and actively enroll first. Rural King's Community Rewards operates similarly, but is often easier to find and simpler to join. The real hidden weak link is that most preppers assume both programs are identical and never compare what they actually get from each one. The shelf signal is simple. If you see a sign-up sheet at the register or a sign advertising the rewards program, that means the store is encouraging you to enroll. The staff at customer service can sign you up in 1 minute. The practical move is to sign up for both loyalty programs, the Tractor Supply Neighbors Club and the Rural King Community Rewards, and use them in parallel. You do not pay for either one. You get access to coupons and sale alerts at both stores. You make purchasing decisions based on which store has the better deal that week for the specific item you need. A prepper who only uses one loyalty program is leaving money on the table at the other store. The deeper twist is that the free membership tier is where most preppers think loyalty programs stop. What you do not see is that most loyalty programs have a paid premium tier that adds features, faster shipping, or exclusive sales. A prepper who never enrolls in the free tier at either store is eventually tempted to pay for a premium tier at one store just to get the benefits that should have been free all along. The best prepper move is simple. Enroll in the free tier at both stores, use both, and never pay for a loyalty membership upgrade. Here is the bigger picture. Rural King and Tractor Supply are not the same store. The two chains operate on different free service models. Rural King commonly offers free livestock and feed specialist consultations. Tractor Supply typically gates similar advice behind a membership sign-up. Rural King hosts free equipment demonstrations on weekends. Tractor Supply runs them less frequently. Rural King funds free kids club events and seasonal festivals. Tractor Supply does not run the same calendar events. Rural King hosts free community fundraisers for local organizations. Tractor Supply does not offer that partnership model as frequently. Rural King advertises free basic in-store repair services. Tractor Supply typically charges for these services or does not offer them at all, and both chains offer free loyalty membership programs, but the enrollment process and the included benefits are meaningfully different. The real savings come not from choosing one chain over the other, but from knowing what each chain actually offers and using both chains strategically. The prepper who needs livestock advice goes to Rural King and asks the specialist. The prepper who needs equipment recommendations waits for the demo and shows up to watch. The prepper who needs community connection shows up for the seasonal festival or a fundraiser. The prepper who needs a key cut or a knife sharpened brings it in. And the prepper who wants to capture sales and coupons at both stores joins both free loyalty programs and lets the deals come to their phone. This week, find out whether you have a Rural King within 30 miles of your home. If you do, visit once and observe the layout, the events calendar, and the customer service desk. Ask a staff member about the specialist consultations, the kids' club events, and the basic in-store services. Sign up for the Community Rewards program while you are there. This month, plan to attend one seasonal event or festival if it is on the calendar. Before the next major equipment purchase, check whether a demo is scheduled and plan your purchase to align with the timing. The smartest prepper is not the one who is loyal to one rural chain out of habit. It is the one who knows that two chains offer two different service models and uses both strategically, capturing the free expertise at one chain and the free events at the other, without paying for premium tiers at either one. Which free Rural King perk have you already used? And which one would you try first if you had one in your area?